welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me are two people who dislike boxing movies, love working out on their Bowflexes, and are currently hovering, not flying, above a gross swimming pool. It's Megan Hoffmeyer and John Levingood.
I realize what you were doing, but I take offense to not liking boxing movies in a world where Sylvester Stallone exists.
And Dolph Lundgren.
I mean, what about MMA movies?
Yeah, I mean, Warrior. I guess there is boxing, but those aren't boxing movies. Like, Warrior
No,
is...
I know. I'm asking about an adjacent category.
No, MMA's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So...
Kickboxer.
Oh, yeah, I mean... Listen, it's just hands. Because then it gets into... Because then is everything. Is like Ong Bak. Is that a boxing movie? What
So if we're being... For whatever reason, Chong Li almost entirely threw punches in Bloodsport.
And in Kiss of the Dragon, Jet Li fights a boxer. So we're really going down a rabbit hole here.
What about Kung Fury? I mean, where do you even categorize him?
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, does he throw punches in Kung Fu? Well, I know Triceratops just shoots people
It was closer to breakdance fighting.
You know what? I thought you said Kung Pao.
No.
And, that movie's great because of one moment where the henchman runs the other way instead of fighting. You two go left. I'm going home.
That's right.
Now, speaking of rabbit holes that we kind of went down, I was researching this movie. And, John, you're going to love this, all right? I started researching swimming pool scenes in horror movies, right? So I came up with It Follows, Swim Fan, Gremlins, Let the Right One In, Hollow Man, Poltergeist, The Final Destination, which we talked about on the podcast, The Strangers Pray at Night, which we talked about on the podcast, and It Follows. Oh, I got to stop. Swim Fan, we talked about on the podcast, too. About Urban Legend, Cat People, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Shivers, The Neon Demon, The Prowler, Piranha 3DD, Slumber Party Massacre, Halloween 2007, Burnt Offerings, Food of the Gods, Alligator, All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, The Pool, Rage 2, Carrie, Cabin Fever 2, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Species, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is the basis of my Rocky gag that I told earlier, Sinister 2, 12 Feet Deep, and The Faculty.
It's a good lineup.
There's a lot of swimming pool scenes in horror.
Do you think it's because it's easy to pay like a municipality or a private school like $5,000 to be able to film there at night and you don't need to worry about like external light?
No, absolutely.
Or is that hard?
No, I think, all right, so The Strangers Pray at Night, I think that has one of the greatest pool scenes in horror. I would say top 5. The problem is they had so many bugs that in between each take, they had full-time wranglers with nets jumping in the pool, cleaning out the pool, and then they had to wait for it to die down, and then they shot the scene. So they constantly were being bombarded by bugs. I think one of the best things to do is, you shoot indoors, like this movie, like Swim Fan, Let the Right One In.
Let the White Ones In.
It Follows, Urban Legend, they're all inside. They're inside pool scenes.
Crawl.
Yep. Crawl. Oh, yeah. Hey, now. Crawl. So I think once you're inside of that area, you have a better chance of lighting it. But you do have to light the water, which is always a big pain in the butt. So I don't think pool scenes are that easy. Because you got to get all the gear wet. I mean, you got to protect the camera.
When you were mentioning all your pool scenes, did you mention A Cure for Wellness?
I did. Oh, my goodness. A Cure for Crawl. Oh, my gosh. A Cure for Wellness.
Which we talked about on the pod. That was a great episode.
We've talked about a lot of pool horror, John. What are your top 3 favorite horror pool scenes before we get into Jennifer's Body that I just mentioned?
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, definitely. Okay. That came to mind before you even started giving your list. It Follows comes to mind. That was... I have some ideological problems with that scene in the movie, but I really like the way it was executed, if that makes sense. It didn't... But so that would be there. And the third, as much as I hated the movie, I almost want to say The Final Destination because that scene personifies how I feel about the movie.
It just sucks the life out of you. No, so me, I've spent a lot of time with It Follows, and I don't mind that pool scene because it's a bunch of kids. Their parents are nowhere in sight. They don't know what they're doing, and they try to be proactive. I mean, the plan wasn't perfect, but at least they tried. So I kind of embrace... Well, but then also is the thing dead? Does it get shot? What did that do? I don't know. But the blood in the pool looks cool. I'm always down for some, some nice visuals of that.
That was a gorgeous visual, yeah.
I guess for me, I wouldn't pick Hollow Man, but I would pick The Strangers Pray at Night. I'd do this movie. I would do Jennifer's Body. And then I would add Gremlins. when the little guy cannonballs into
Oh
the
yeah,
pool.
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Good choice.
And I mean, Let the Right One In has the disembowelment of the children by the vampire.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is probably... All right, so obviously we're talking about Jennifer's Body 2009, and it's all about spoilers. But I love the pool scene at the end. I think it's the most visually... I think there's some of the most iconic shots and some of my favorite lines in that pool. Like, for instance, I love when she starts hovering... Or she starts flying, no hovering, and I just love. She's like, you're always a player hater. Then Amanda Seyfried calls her a jerk, like needy. I just love that you just call a demon, a succubus,
Right.
a boy-eating demon, a jerk. That's just I love it. That kind of sums up her character right there. But I think the shot of her up in the air hovering, I mean that's a you do your horror moments, John. I could see that in one of your articles.
Right, except I'd almost lean less to the hovering and more to Chip saying, "Oh my God, she can fly. She's just hovering. It's really not that impressive."
Yeah. I like the styling of the pool itself. It says what they're hopeless or helpless in spray paint.
Oh, yeah.
Behind her, which is very,
Yeah, it's well dressed.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of gunked
Looks
it up.
very grungy.
Yeah,
that pool looked like Swamp Thing exploded in it. So when I saw this movie, every time I've seen this movie, even though I saw it like 3 times this week, even the 3rd time, I'm just sitting there when we get to that scene thinking, how did that pool get that grody?
Well, I think what you said. So in this world, there are demons, correct?
There's at least one.
So, and if you can get it off the internet around the world, you just got to look at all the pop bands, all the cute pop bands. But I think you're right, John. I think a horror movie ended in there 2 days prior.
So, like that was
Swamp Thing exploded in there.
That was even beyond horror movie reason to me to be that grody. That felt like you were in one of Freddy's nightmares. It was so elaborately gross.
I mean, how's the water getting in there if it's indoor? Because the rest of the area is dry. So are people throwing stuff in there?
I don't know.
Are people just taking shovelfuls of mud and dumping it in once a week?
It's a little baffling. So a sewage leak? It's actual sewage water?
Wait, that is a sewage line's attached to a pool?
Well, like maybe there was a leak because the pool hasn't been used in clearly a very long time, right? And then at some point there was some kind of like septic leak. And no one knew about it because no one's complaining because it's going into the pool that no one uses.
How many candy bars were thrown in there, a la Caddyshack?
I mean,
None,
I don't
but
know
a
that
lot
they
of
need to,
poop
yeah. Like John said.
None?
No candy bars, all real.
It was all actual poop bars.
Yeah.
All right, now one more question. How long would it take Adam Sandler's character from Airheads to clean that pool?
A year. I don't know.
A year.
Too long.
And
It kind of brought to mind that pool at the end of OA season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because you guys were talking about pool movies, but that is really what it made me think of. It's not. Would you call the OA a horror? Maybe sort of horror light.
I guess
That's
if it was
so
in a
genre
blockbuster.
bending.
Yeah.
It's very
It really-
genre
yeah,
bending. I feel like
so
it's
many
easily
things.
horror adjacent.
Well, that pool, that's the stuff of nightmares with the plants growing in the people's heads. Just.
Yeah, that's a show that if that makes people like me get nightmares. Because how would you quantify this movie? Horror, like what? You couldn't do it. It's just really good, and we're not getting any more. And I need a talking octopus.
Are they not going to do any more?
No, they canceled
No.
it.
They were supposed to have, 5 seasons?
That
One for
hurt.
each of the movements?
We've had a lot of our shows finish this year, and that hurt me the most, I think.
Well, because it wasn't finished.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's why you get paid the big bucks. It hit hard, John. There were almost tears in the Hoffmeyer household when that happened. But no, I just want to say I'm really glad that we actually got everyone together because I've been talking about doing this with Megan for well over a year now. And then you mentioned your like for it.
I didn't know about it at the time.
Yeah. So then you mentioned your love for it. And I was like, let's do it because this movie's getting a lot of press now. I think it's gotten a second wind, and it's a movie that I don't know. I guess in 2009. When did you see this in theater, John?
I can't remember if I saw it in theater or if I rented it at Blockbuster as soon as it came out, like, a year later. But I saw it very fresh anyway.
Because I was in grad school when it came out, and I remember I was working 2 jobs in grad school. I wasn't sleeping, and I was broke. so I don't remember really any of the trailers for it. So I definitely had to rent it. But I remember watching it, and I just thought that it was it wasn't, I guess the way it was marketed was this kind of Megan Fox heavy, all the marketing notes, Meg, that we read, what were they?
Well, they said she had come off a 2-year campaign as Megan Fox, Maxim, beauty, hottest girl.
And so
after the 2007 Transformers movie.
And then the people said they wanted Megan Fox hot is how they wanted to market it. Did you read that note?
Oh, she's sexy. She'll steal your boyfriend.
Yeah, that's how they wanted to market it. And I remember when I watched it, I was like, this is just a quirky little thing. I like this movie. They have weird asides about occult libraries and
high school libraries.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my favorite lines in there. We have the occult section. Yeah, it's really small. It's the little lines like that, and like just the little moments. And Adam Brody during the brutal sacrifice scene, he looks at his reflection in the knife, like he's that vain.
And he uses it as a microphone.
No, yeah, he does. He's singing
Jenny. I always likened this movie to Mean Girls.
Yeah, I guess just without the. Well, I don't. That sounds mean, but like it just didn't do as well at the time.
Well, I mean, it seems like not the same tier of humor and writing, but still, like it was. Mean Girls was a movie that it wowed me on all levels of its filmmaking, its writing, the characters, the execution, even the way they edited it with how they would talk about the junk, people were like wildlife and they're fighting in the whatever cafeteria. Whereas this movie, and I didn't think this when I first saw it, but every time I saw it after I first saw it, I remember being super impressed with the acting, the writing, the execution, the opening. I love the opening. I love the storytelling of it. Like I don't know. I just really, and like you said, it's all the little lines. All the characters seem smartly written. That we mentioned this in a couple movie discussions. Like it's rare that basically all the characters felt strong, even if they had small roles. And this is one of those movies to me.
And I forgot how. I know he's just a bit character in this, but I loved Adam Brody's horrible killer. Now he's vain, he's murderous, he's horrible. But just when he's like, hey, I'm here in. He's like, good evening, Devil's Lake. It's Devil's Kettle. And he's like, effing right it is. Like, he doesn't care about the time. And then he looks at Megan Fox and he says, you don't have to talk if you don't want to. And he's just and the guy's evil.
He's focused on a goal. He wants to be famous.
Yeah. And he's very unapologetic, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would assume a person would be like that.
Yeah. Just to get to the top, to
Praying
do whatever.
To the occult for fame.
Yeah, off Google. I mean, but I kind of liked his character, just the way he looked in the knife. And I guess that, the little knife-looking moment sort of epitomizes most of the characters in this. They all have something. I don't know why that guy has a hook arm, though, J.K. Simmons.
Because it's so ridiculously straight-faced in how he played it. It makes it wonderful. Yeah. When he hands the kid a tissue with the hook hand, not his regular hand.
He's good with it, right?
Oh, God. That character is great.
Yeah, he's just, I think he just loved working on Juno with Diablo Cody, so he figured he'd come do this for a couple days and have some fun with it.
I like how the song, the Low Shoulder song, just keeps being played on the radio, and they have the radio interview, and it just keeps coming up throughout the movie, like it's the theme.
Yeah, and they have the score, and people hum it.
Mm-hmm.
They sing it at the funeral, don't they?
I want to buy the Low Shoulder album. I liked it.
That was John's ringtone on his phone. And
totally.
when we were working Comic-Cons together, John would just stop and start belting the song out. And I'm like, you realize that's a song written by Satan worshippers who murdered people? And he's like, don't wreck it for me, Mark.
Well, and then you kept bestealing me.
Yeah. Oh, I did. I bestealed you for a long
time. He bestealed everyone.
No, I got him. You, I bestealed.
All the time.
I don't want to. I didn't. Oh, you and John. I don't want John getting jealous. I know how John gets. I pulled off some good Bastilles on you.
By everyone, I mean the people right here.
Yeah, that's right. I could see Bastille. Well, no, that's bad.
Oh, don't say that. That's terrible. That means the band you like would have killed someone to become famous.
Yeah, it's no good.
They might have. It's just on Google.
This just took a dark turn.
How do we know? Maybe they were at Pompeii.
I mean, Mark, ever since the pod hit number 1 in Namibia, I was like, did Mark go on Google and kill a virgin?
Working dark.
Yeah.
Number 1 in Namibia.
And 4 in Kenya. And we're number 53 in Italy right now. John.
Boom.
We're crushing it. So
And
hello, all of our fans.
We have done not one Italian horror movie, which is funny.
We should. Let's do Zombie 2.
But, down.
I want some shark fighting.
Love that movie.
Now, in the beginning of this movie, I want to say I was very impressed with Needy's front kick skills. Now, I know that she was part demon because she survived a bite from a demon, but she front kicked that lady into oblivion.
So we didn't know that, though, at the time.
Yeah, you're right. So I have a question, John. Before and after, before you knew it. So before you knew that she was had demon powers and after, on the Dolph Lundgren scale of 1 to 10, 1 to 10 front kicks, what would you give the before and after?
Dude, they're both 10s because even seeing the movie multiple times, every time she does that and I know it's coming, it still shocks me. Like, that kick is so hard and the editing is so good. It just came out of nowhere.
And that lady's just trying to feed her stuff.
She's just talking about, like, how one toastum doesn't provide sufficient energy for her activities in the day. And she gets kicked in the face.
Because she's a kicker, right? Isn't that what they say she is?
It says right there on my file. Kicker.
So, Megan, how about this? There's a movie. A remake of Taken. Okay. Where Dolph Lundgren's kidnapped and Amanda Seyfried has to rescue him by front kicking people. What do you think?
But it's really a sequel to Megan's Body because it's this Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah.
It's Needy.
So because we never meet her dad in this movie. So we could, see her.
Oh, so she inherited those front kicks genetically.
Yeah, and then they got uber powered. It's like Upgrade.
Is it nature or is it nurture?
Yeah.
Or demon.
So she never met him, but she knows how to throw high kicks? Or front kicks?
Yeah, it's a genetic ability.
Wow. Just muscle memory?
I mean, she's pretty lethal.
She kicks a lady a good 10 feet.
Dude, that was like Marvel movie kick in the face.
But I do love how, I guess in the director's cut, which I watched both, in the director's cut, it opens with her inside of the institution. You don't really know what's happening to her. But in the regular cut, it's just Megan Fox picking scabs in her room. So I guess I guess the studio gave them notes that they wanted to get to her first, not introduce a weird thing that made people think with her being a mental institution.
Boy, yeah, I couldn't have imagined them doing it anyway other than that director's cut.
Yeah, right?
Which one did I watch?
You watched the regular cut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in the director's cut, it's more time with her in the the institution. And that's how it opens with her. And then later on it goes to Megan Fox.
They're real big on recreational time here.
Yeah. That looked fun, right? They had tennis. What else did they have in there? What's that game that Napoleon Dynamite played?
Tetherball.
Tetherball.
She hits it once and the ball just knocks off and she just has this vacuous look.
She's like, I don't believe it. They're trying to keep us numb. But yeah, so did you listen to the commentary too? It was kind of interesting hearing them talk about how they had to cut that down.
There were two commentaries. I heard the one that had both the director and the writer together.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that.
The director's cut is just her talking during the director's cut scene. So,
okay.
So only the extra scenes she talks about those.
Huh.
And then the other one is her. It's Karen Kusama. I said Karen Kusama forever. Karen Kusama and Diablo Cody. Have you watched Invitation, John?
Still no. Not because I didn't want to, though. I just still haven't.
That's a good one. She directed that as well, 2015. Logan Marshall Green. He's also an Upgrade, Meg. Check it out.
Want me to rate, review, and subscribe as well?
Yeah, to the Movies from the Place podcast. I'll take all the money, Blumhouse. Please pay me. But no, I thought that was pretty interesting that it was originally too long. And they talked about how they had to do not a lot, but there's a lot of things that they kind of cut down in this movie and had to change. It's kind of interesting how the testing process was for this movie. And I don't know if you heard about that in the commentary, John.
I don't think I recall anything like that.
So
what was the story with this process?
Well, they just got a ton of notes. So when they screened this movie, I listened to a 30-minute interview with Cody and Megan Fox, and the people that they screened it for were kind of fans of Juno, expecting a Juno experience. And then 17 to 24-year-old guy. And so all the notes they got back were just, I guess Diablo Cody said that one guy wrote, I want more boobs, but he spelt it BEWBS. And then...
On purpose?
I guess he just couldn't spell it. And then the Juno fans were mortified that people were getting their throats ripped out and being impaled and the kind of jokes in there, like the Thai food joke. And they were sort of like, so the testing process wasn't for who they wanted. So they had to cut out, the beginning scenes, and they had to just go right into introducing Megan Fox and that kind of different stuff. So yeah, in the director's cut, they had they had to excise a lot more of it, kind of character stuff, to get the movie going quicker.
Or did they exercise it?
Oh, the demon? Could she have been exercised?
No, I think she was dead.
Could you put her on a treadmill and exercise her?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, she'd have to probably eat more people faster because she'd run out of energy.
So I was a little confused. So when Jennifer is taken by the demon, it even feels weird saying that, right? Because personality-wise, that is Jennifer with an evil filter. It is not just a demon wearing her skin who knows everything she knows so that she can emulate them like the puppet masters or a pod person, right? Because even when she reveals who she is, she continues to have the Jennifer personality. Just a little more evil. She still is. Huh. She's still, when Needy kicks her out of the bedroom when she's trying to tell her the whole story, she looks hurt. And, she still has that sensitive side to being rejected by her friend. It's the way that she toys with men seems the same way you think Jennifer would toy with a man when Colin tries to ask her out. Instead of just jumping on the opportunity for prey and just acting it out from there. It's not until Needy says that he seems kind of cute that she turns around and decides to go out with him. This is Jennifer turned evil, it seems. Like she was infected with evil, but it's still Jennifer, as opposed to a demon has replaced her, which is kind of how they, wave their hands for a moment and say, but I don't think that she's possessed in the conventional sense that we're so used to in movies. I think that it's almost like a demon and Jennifer were combined.
Maybe it's a low-key demon?
No, I don't think it's any of that.
A low-shoulder demon?
I think from all of the articles I read, they seemed kind of confused about this, but I think the best explanation was she was transformed, almost like people are into vampires. So a vampire is still considered a demon. The closest explanation they come up with is succubus, and I think that's another type of transformation, is the best I could read out of all of it.
Wait, yeah. Because remember when she's explaining to Needy, she said that, she killed, was his name Ahmed?
Yeah.
When she kills Ahmed, and then she felt healthy again and full, and then she actually says to Needy, and then I just always knew what I had to do to survive. She literally learned it after she was afflicted with evil. She didn't know right away. It's, again, like you said with the vampirism thing, it's like she had to stumble across this. She had some urge and she acted on it, and then she understood what it took to survive.
She's still doing that later, too, because she doesn't realize she feeds on him, and then it starts to wear off, and she gets hungry again, and her body starts degrading, and she gets worse, and she realizes she has to keep eating. So I liked that part of how she keeps learning about what she is.
Well, and a lot of the whole things, too, with her relationship with Needy and the way that she lures her prey, I realize it goes into a lot of, not classic like harem horror, but just classic tropes. Yes, the evil woman sexually luring a man to his horrific demise. But a lot of it plays off. It made me think a lot of Interview with a Vampire, just without all the hoity-toityness. Like, I'm serious. This
with
movie
all the
had
ruffles
that.
And accents.
Yeah, it's almost like Needy was Louis and Jennifer was Lestat. It's just that only one of them is immortal in this case, but they still happen to be treating each other's as relative equals because they're still friends. This Jennifer hasn't rejected her friendship with this mortal. So it's not like the normal mortal talking to an immortal, but the immortal is dismissive of the mortal. She still cares about what she thinks. So it had that equity that like Louis and Lestat had, being two immortals, even though one of them was petulant and upset with all the murder, I suppose, or something. I thought a lot about Interview with the Vampire as I was watching this most recently. It just popped in my head.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
But then Adam Brody is later on Lestat from Queen of the Damned.
Hey.
Right. He's new metal Lestat.
Full circle, people. Full circle.
Through the trees.
What? Well, just have Jonathan Davis yell "through the cheese" through a synthesizer, and you got that.
Quick question. What do you think started the fire in the bar? Was it evil?
So,
Adam Brody.
Yeah, Adam Brody started it?
Until I heard the commentary, I was really just viewing. I was the same way. I was like, how the hell did this happen? Is that a coincidence? ... Question mark?
I thought he did it. It looked like he did it on purpose. Because didn't he knock something over?
I don't recall that.
I thought Evil I don't know why. I just thought Evil started it. I thought they had already been working with them, and they just did it.
Oh, I thought he instigated it somehow because he was being so obviously he was going to cause something bad to happen.
He didn't want to be there. He's like, you redneck towns got to get some love sometimes. And then he found him later, and he's like, oh, I've been looking all over for you.
Yeah, walking around with his drink.
Yeah, and he made her chug, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing, I do like that scene, though, when he gets her into the van, because in the beginning of the film, I guess Jennifer had kind of been saying, that's just how I say it as it is, and she kind of was putting on this she's 17 in this movie, right? So she's not an older, mature person, but she kind of put on that air. But in the van, she just looked like a 17-year-old kid. That was another kind of...
There were lots. When she walked up with the shots, she also seemed very childish as well. Like, appropriately childish as a 17-year-old, if you will.
Yeah, the 9/11 shots. There was a Vulture article in 2009 that was hating on the fact that they talked, like, in that one scene, they wrote an article saying that the club burned down, which happened to that one concert, and then there was a 9/11 gag in there as well about the shots. And then they just kind of hated on the film. And then they're like, looks like Megan Fox is going to have to go back to cleaning cars for Michael Bay.
Oof.
And that's where it was in 2009 towards Fox. There was not a lot of nice things in the press to say. And Vulture now is... they police all that stuff, so it's interesting to see how 10 years have changed.
Well, and they said that there was also a lot of hate for Diablo Cody. They felt like a lot of her dialogue in Juno was too precious and too cutesy.
Yep.
So there was this whole bubble of, oh, she's a one-hit wonder, and you combine her with Megan Fox, and it was all just a big joke.
This is one of those movies, do you think, Meg, where, I don't know, and John, movies like John Carter, right? Before it came out, people just... were saying it was going to fail. Lone Ranger. People kind of hated it before it came out. They were talking about the box office, like how much money they spent and how it was going to be no good. And Johnny Depp is playing Tonto, and there was all this negative buzz and no one had seen it. I feel like that was a little bit about this movie with Diablo Cody, Megan Fox, and like the marketing ads. Like it seemed like people were sort of rooting for it to not do well.
Yeah, Vox wrote a pretty interesting perspective on all this. They had a lot of great lines, but one of them was that, and this was in 2018, so about 10 years later, it's become a case study in what we value in movies and what we dismiss and how those values can shift over just a decade.
Yeah, it's about right.
And, the director and or writer, I don't remember who said it, but in the commentary, they were talking about how so many people thought this was a misogynistic movie as they're watching it. And I understand what they mean exactly, right? When I first saw this, I just went in thinking this was a super high production value cheesy movie before I saw it. Then I'm watching it and, you kind of mentally prepare yourself appropriately. I'm going to go to Outback around the corner and have 4 shots and 2 beers and then go watch this movie. But either way, I still enjoyed it. But I remember thinking it was, 28-year-old John probably didn't use the word misogynistic much, but I probably thought it was misogynistic, right? And sexy and oh, look, the girls are making out in the bed. Yeah. Whereas when Karen was talking about it in the commentary, she was saying, like, how could you see this as misogynistic or like sexy for the sake of sexy unless you're just seeing what you expected to see instead of watching it and reacting afterwards? Because this is their relationship dynamic, and you're still nervous that if you're seeing it for the first time that Jennifer could turn on her right now and attack her. And, and then they're explaining their dynamic even more and how the relationship is changing. And I'm just like, yeah. There are other scenes that are like that too, where, again, it was very enlightening because watching this multiple times, I found myself viewing it as less sexist every time I watched it. And then when I finally heard Karen's commentary, I'm just like, okay, it was like, holy crap, like I got to take the veil of everything that I grew up with and all my thought patterns away, and it's like, yes, this makes total sense.
That had been kind of, yeah, no, you're right, that had been kind of pummeled into us. And I don't know if you heard her say this too, John, but it was pretty interesting about Diablo Cody. She had just won the Oscar, and Meg, she had just won the Oscar, and the studios gave her like carte blanche to write whatever script she wanted.
I have that written down here too.
Yeah, and she kind of, it's interesting to hear her talk about this, because in multiple places I heard her say that she kind of feels like she let some people down with what she wrote.
That they shouldn't have trusted her.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. And I also think, though, she kind of said, because it's not a particular movie, you think it's going to be a kind of like Megan Fox horror film, and it's not exactly a comedy. And I think it kind of falls in with the classics of cult classics. Big Trouble in Little China. People were like, what is this movie? When people went to watch The Thing after, we talked about this, John, on the podcast, when The Thing came out after E.T., people just went, what is this dark, like, this is not E.T., like, this is not what we were paying for, this isn't a Kurt Russell picture.
Escape from New York.
Oh yeah, that's such a great movie. And I think people sat down, and I think that's why it's become a cult classic, is because it's a weird little movie. It's bloody, it's different, and it's just not, it doesn't fit into a tidy box, I would say.
Well, what's funny, Vox made another really good point when talking about this. The marketing was all wrong. We've already heard all of that they set it out there as this sort of, oh, it's for young men type of thing, even though it was written for young women. And Vox made the comment that none of the men in this movie have enough presence on screen or in character for audience members to project themselves into it. So why would you think that it's made for men?
Oh, yeah.
They're all such tiny side characters. It's about the two girls. And unlike other stories where you project yourself into the ideals of the main character or even the side characters and you side with somebody, there's not enough of that of the guys for you to do that.
Yeah, I know John bought a Bowflex because of this movie.
As you do.
But I flipped it upside down.
Yeah.
I flipped it upside down so I can
smart.
deadlift, so I can pull from the ground up, so I can deadlift with it.
No, that's a good point that they wrote in there.
It was a very insightful article. I recommend it. Vox 2018.
Well, and also, I have a question. This movie would have fit in perfectly in 2019. Do you want to know why? You guys have a guess why this movie would work perfectly in 2019?
Because the babysitter?
I was going to say that. I have that in my notes.
No, because of the puke.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a pretty pukey movie. Did you do an article about that?
Yeah, there's about 20 major movies.
Wait, pretty pukey movie. Let's coin it.
Pretty pukey movie. 1917 had puke in it. I could rattle off. The Lighthouse had puke in it. Charlie's Angels had puke in it.
Wait, I've got it. Pretty pukey picture.
Pretty pukey picture. Had there was about
Dr. Sleep had puke in it.
Yeah, it did. It had
so many things. Didn't we just watch a movie with puke?
Yeah, most of the 2019 movies. Dead Don't Die. Someone pukes behind a car.
I think there's puke in 1917.
I know we were on a great run. Yeah, that one German soldier pukes. So yeah, I know I changed our subject, but John, how mad would you be if I came in your house, ate all your chicken, then puked on your floor, then left?
Not as chicken, Mark. Okay,
just to be clear, I would be very worried for you when it happened, but then you leave, I'm going to be like, that dude's an asshole.
I do the same. I'm like, man, John's sick. Wait, he just left my home.
Right, he didn't even apologize, he just left.
If you did that and just fell face first on the kitchen floor and passed out, I'd clean stuff up, because you can't. But if you just walked out with my chicken all scattered all over the place, and I ate all your meal prep, because I know you cook on Sundays, John, how mad would you be?
Ooh, you just touched a sensitive area there.
I mean, if it was our house, the cats would be really happy.
Yeah.
Chicken all over the place.
Black goo vomit?
We couldn't get to the chicken fast enough. Before they ate all the scraps.
All over it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that black goo vomit was from the alien world?
So I actually have a lot of questions about that, and I had none of them answered at all. Because that was just like some writing flair that was put in the script notes, and then they just visualized it later, but they didn't explain any reason for that at all.
The black goo?
And what that made me think of, actually, was the movie Splinter. which came out like 2 years earlier.
I love that movie.
So Splinter, though, that goo, when it reaches for things, it's almost like that liquid magnet stuff, like how it does that. So it looked just like that. And I was just thinking, like, did their special, like, visual effects guy, which one's on screen and which one's afterwards? Visual effects
is so there's
special effects or in camera?
Yeah, that's like Nicotero type
Okay.
stuff. KMD.
So the visual effects guy, I'll bet, just loves Splinter.
Because I gotta tell you,
well, doesn't it also, what's Event Horizon, that like ball, doesn't it have like little spiky things that come out of it in the center of the ship?
In the center of the ship, spiky
It
things.
does do some weird stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
core.
It gets weird. Yeah, the core does
the
get
gravity
weird.
core.
That thing's black gooey. Oh yeah, so you know what? That thing, she got sucked into Event Horizon, got some black goo in her.
Well, after the Event Horizon went farther than any man could ever conceive, it came back with Jennifer's bile.
That's another one of our episodes you should listen to, by the way. It's a fantastic episode.
That was a great one. There are some great that one and Bram Stoker's Dracula, for example. Like we did some movies that felt like epics. Cure for Wellness.
If I had to recommend 5 episodes, those would be in there for sure. Because we dropped some humor, we dropped some knowledge, we dropped some bile jokes, bombs.
Fifth Element was a big one.
Fifth Element?
Fifth Element was a big pod.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of work on that. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I was reading some other so Karin said that she loved American Werewolf in London and Heathers, and I can see that aesthetic in this film as far as
and the Howling
kind of that a cheeky comedy but smart comedy aesthetic to it.
She called it a wild swing between tones that she liked.
Because people get murdered in this movie. Like she kills innocent. Remember that one nice goth kid with the Hot Topic pants?
He was so nice.
I felt terrible. Yeah, Colin. I felt terrible for Colin. I liked him a lot, and he's the one who made the Rocky gag.
It's funny too because he went straight from that movie to the remake of Friday the 13th, or Nightmare on Elm Street.
I don't remember that movie. I don't remember. Is there puke in that movie?
No, there's no puke. That's why you forgot all about it. There's no puke.
Yeah.
Alligators.
There's no alligators or puke. It's not worth watching. That's going to be the name of my production company, John. Do you want to join? Puke and Alligators.
Puking Gators.
Puking.
Gator Puke.
Gator Puke, yes.
Gator Puke Productions. We bring the best in Gator and Puke movies. So I read a script, right? I'm reading like Kramer versus Kramer. I love it. Not enough puke or gators. So I just make them go to a zoo, see a gator, and then later on someone just...
Like it's a family outing. They're trying to reconcile their differences, so they go to a gator farm.
And someone in the background's sick, so then they puke.
What if the gator puked?
Ooh. Oh.
Wait, there's a crime movie for you. A gator pukes, and they find a body. And the detectives have to find out.
An arm
happens.
A hand flies out.
Was it the perfect murder?
When a gator pukes, does this like partially digested thing come out like in like Anaconda when it regurgitates John Voight?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, the finger sticks into a tree.
That's where the crime element comes in.
And we also recorded an Anaconda episode.
Was it a stupid tourist or was it murder?
Whoa. Wild Things 3.
Oh dear.
Gator puke.
CSI.
Gator puke?
Yeah.
No, that'd be Miami. There's gators.
It would be Miami. But we did
There's
Miami,
puke.
so we
Miami.
have to come up with a different one.
There's a lot of puke in Miami.
Gator puke. CSI Bayou.
Oh, I want that.
You could do New Orleans as well.
Yeah. It's gators. And I'd also do crocodiles can work as well. I'm fine. You could do CSI Egypt. No crocodiles.
CSI Queensland.
Yeah, exactly.
CSI Jacksonville.
CSI Oregon. No, wait.
What?
No.
Are we doing mooses?
No,
Fair?
I messed up. CSI Maine.
Oh.
Because Lake Placid.
Oh, yeah, Lake Placid.
Jeez Louise, I missed. Because there's Portland, Maine. Jeez Louise. Complete wrong sides of America.
You've been there. You've tasted the beer.
Yeah, I have. Maine. Good beer. No puke.
Oh, I hope. Well, there probably is. I mean.
In the beer?
No, at the brewery. Have a few too many.
So hey, how about this? Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk more Jennifer's Body. Welcome back to movies, films, and... Just a second.
Ugh. Oh.
Welcome back to movies, films, and flicks. I am Mark Gator Hoffmeyer.
Oof.
Thank the other guys. And we're back. I just lost control of that intro, but I'm rolling with it because I had fun with that. I got
with Megan Dry Heave Hoffmeyer.
John, well, no, you know, my buddy DJ, yeah. So whenever we talk to each other, we're always like, barf. And then I'm like, not in this car, mister, this is a Mercedes. So whenever DJ calls me, his name is literally barf when that comes up on my phone. I got a puke hang up. Uh-oh. All right, so we got something to do real quick. John, we're going to do an Amanda Seyfried draft between John...
Seyfried or Seyfried?
I think it's Seyfried.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been saying that the whole podcast, too. Just know that.
I'm looking at how it's spelled,
no,
and I'm not certain.
But Seyfried. So Amanda, draft. So, John, how many fingers am I holding up?
I can't see.
Well, just guess. 1 or 2?
2.
All right, you got it. So you pick first, and we're going to do 5 teams. So you pick 1, Meg picks 1.
Are we including Jennifer's body?
Yes.
I'm still going to pick Mean Girls first.
Okay, Mean Girls. Megan, who are you picking first?
I'm going to go with Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
Yeah, Mamma Mia.
Oh, I get Jennifer's body!
It's totally fine.
All right, Jay. All right, Meg, who you got?
I'm going to go with Mamma Mia.
Part 2?
No, the first one.
She went with the second one first.
Oh, I misunderstood that. Okay. Wait, now I got to start thinking of Amanda Seyfried movies. I mean, I got one in my head, but I'm trying to filter through some others here, and I'm struggling.
There's one I loved recently, but I don't know if you guys are gonna draft it.
I got to go with what how many are we picking?
5 each. And while you guys are researching, if you go to Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook, we put up a bunch of fun polls. We have some fun tournaments, so you can go in here and vote on these random things that we do online. On the podcast, you can vote for them on Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook.
Okay. Well, I'm not looking online, so this is all from my head. I'm going with Lovelace.
Okay. Got it. Meg, 3?
I'm going with Epic.
Epic?
Yeah,
that bug
remember
movie?
that crazy... No, it's not... Well, they were fairies, right?
Yeah, but there's bugs, too,
It was just so oddly fascinating and not that great that I have to vote for it. We stayed up all night watching that movie.
I was very curious about what's happening with this movie, Epic. All right, John, 4.
I can't think of another.
There's a bunch.
I can't... I really can't think of another.
All right, here. I'll pull up some... I'll pull it up.
She was in that Letters to Juliet movie.
Oh yeah, Letters to Juliet. She was in that In Time movie. She was in Les Mis. Oh, In Time. She was in Les Mis. Dear John. Meg.
Oof. I'm gonna go with something a little bit off here. I'm gonna pick her Lily Kane character in Veronica Mars.
No, we can't do TV shows.
Oh, come on.
No TV shows. Movies only. She was in Big Love.
That's a TV show.
No, Les Mis. She's been in a bunch of good movies.
Fine, I guess Les Mis.
Les Mis.
Dear John.
All right.
How many is that?
You have one more, Meg.
Veronica Mars.
John, can she have a TV show?
I'll allow it.
No one picked First Reformed. That movie's so good.
Well, you decided not to be a part of it.
Wait, what movie?
She's in a movie called First Reformed with Ethan Hawke. It's really messed up. It's by the guy Paul Schrader.
No, I don't know it.
It's a soul crusher. It's good.
Like a soul crusher, like Drive?
No, like more than that. Like
Irreversible?
Okay, do you want to know what happens at the end?
No.
I don't even know this movie existed.
Listen,
sure.
I'm not going to tell anybody. There's barbed wire. There's Drano. There's some really weird stuff. Some bombs.
Are we talking murder? Murder with these things?
Well, I don't want to tell you, but
I need to see this movie now. Now you're getting me excited.
And then she's also in a movie called While We're Young that was directed by Noah Baumbach, and she stars opposite Adam Driver. The AD. And the Ben Stiller. And Naomi Watts. And the NB. Not the Baumbach Noah, the Noah Baumbach. No? All right. Million Ways to Die in the West? That wasn't good.
No.
I wasn't a fan of that movie. I still haven't watched Ted 2.
Oof.
Did you love Ted 1?
No.
Yeah?
I did. and I subsequently did not really enjoy Ted 2.
Well, Mamma Mia 1 and 2 are excellent. Megan and I watched Mamma Mia, the first one, on our honeymoon on a cruise one day. And then the second one we love. We had the soundtrack blaring in our car for a long time.
Mm-hmm. I still have it in there.
She can sing.
I have not seen either.
Oh, dude. So
I mean, we've talked about this. You know my feelings that Lily is the more expressive one.
Skip 1, John, and just watch 2.
Because they kind of retell 1 in 2.
John, I guarantee that you will be drinking your old Rasputin with your monocle, because you're the horror czar, and you will be dancing. You will be up and dancing.
He'll be the dancing.
It has Colin Firth
King.
and Stellan Skarsgård reenacting a scene from Titanic on a boat while Dancing Queen plays, and Pierce Brosnan is dancing along with that. It's good. You don't like? Do you like ABBA? You're not an ABBA guy? Interesting.
No.
Anyway.
I mean, I love everyone in that cast. I'd rather watch Freddie Prinze Jr. and Julia Stiles movies.
You've been on a Julia Stiles kick.
I watched 3 Julia Stiles movies one weekend. So
I saw them pop up. I was like, oh, wow.
Well, because Down to You was on while I was cooking on a Sunday and doing laundry. And then after that, I watched, I can't even remember The Prince and Me then was on. I'm like, I just saw one. So I just sat down deliberately after work one day and watched that. And then I was going through Netflix and I was like, what movies do they have with Julia Stiles? And I found this weird movie called The Drowning, which is some weird like Lifetime thriller kind of crime movie. And I'm like, whatever, I'll watch it. It's got the boyfriend from Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter is Dead. I regret that movie. But I still love Down to You and The Prince and Me. God bless those adorable little movies.
I haven't watched them.
Ever?
Oh,
wow.
I haven't, no Prince and Me. I watched Letters to Juliet. That was good, right? Or is that the Under the Tuscan Sun?
That's Diane Lane.
Diane Lane.
I do have a soft spot for Under the Tuscan Sun.
And Sandra Oh.
Those Italian oh yeah, she's great. And I didn't mean to say oh brother. The Italian vistas are wonderful in that. So in this movie, when Colin meets his demise, which makes me feel I'm super bummed for that kid. But a lot of people I read online, because I've been doing a lot of research, complain, like, why'd he go into this house? But he's a teenager, right? And he thinks he has a date with this girl he has a crush on, and he doesn't know she's a succubus. So.
But he knows something is up, though. That's the problem.
Because he shows up in the middle of nowhere.
No, it's still credible. It really is. I've seen so many times when I think back to high school that, like, some girl or some guy is kind of mockingly teasing the other one because it could the world knows they'd never be interested in them, even if it's just because one's a douchebag and the other's a nice person. But they still go over things because they think they're cute or they have a crush on them or they kind of wish they were a better version of themselves or something. And you go anyway. And in the boys' case, you throw in a little infatuation with it as well. But I kind of get it. Morbid curiosity. If she's in there and something's wrong, but it's like, what if I don't go? What am I missing out on? 17-year-olds aren't very smart. Sorry to any 17-year-olds listening. Me as a 17-year-old was an idiot compared to me Eve as an 18-year-old compared to the 19-year-old. Every time I look back a couple years on my life, I feel like I was an idiotic version of myself now. And so like your thought processes are just so much more, I don't know. Selfish, sex-driven.
I don't know. At 17,
adventurous, risk-taking.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of get it. And the director commented on the same thing, too.
That and I like the story about that. They just found a bunch of abandoned homes and they just shot in them.
But yeah, I bought it. It doesn't just feel like a blank horror trope. Even if he was a 30-year-old dude, he's kind of a social outlier. He feels misunderstood. He gets an opportunity with someone who, I don't know, for whatever reason, he thought she was interesting recently. I don't know. I buy it. I do. But it does still fall in that horror trope category, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I accept. I'm not dismissing the criticism of the scene. I'm just saying that I also understand the scene.
I guess just critics kind of outright saying no. Like they kind of forgot what they were like when they were 17.
Well, hold on. You like him. He's like one of the few really likable characters.
Yeah.
And then he just dies.
He's a good kid.
I think they're all likable characters.
I
really do.
Do you like Chip, Megan?
Which one is he?
He's the Amanda's boyfriend.
Forgettable.
I love Chip so much when he's talking about the condoms in a very sincere
I went
kind
to
of
Super
way.
Target. And I'm not,
condoms. And she's
I'm not your man anymore.
I like that you said, what's Super Target when we saw that?
Yeah. And he's like, I spent like $12 on that corsage.
Right. Hey, I bought our tickets for the dance. Did you make the reservations at the Cheesecake Factory? Like, everything that he said seemed like so sweet. He was almost too sweet, but not in a way that annoyed me.
And he said she had a front butt. I don't know what that means. What? Front butt? What's a front butt? It's a butt in the front?
Those jeans are so low, I think I can see your womb.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I get that one. And then I do like the line where she's like, Jennifer's evil. Yeah, I know. Not like high school evil, like real evil.
Well, and even when he was being seduced by Jennifer, when he felt, well, it wasn't totally clear that he was being dumped, but he assumed he was being dumped, and he wasn't corrected when he said it. So he thought he was outright dumped, right? So then he's getting seduced by Jennifer, and Jennifer says, "Say I'm hotter than Needy." And even then, he recoils and says, "Why?" You know, he wasn't vengeful or spiteful. He was horrified by the notion. It turned him off for a minute. But
she was trying to swim fan him. Yeah,
but you know, like I really like that character.
Oh, I do like at the end when she's in that crazy dress for prom, Amanda or Needy, and he's like, "You look beautiful," and she's like, "You're delusional."
That was another scene blood. That reminded me of Mean Girls, because remember when she went to the Halloween party and she was dressed in that ridiculous dress with the big goofy teeth and shit?
Oh, wait. No, that was Lindsay Lohan.
Right.
Oh.
Well, I'm just saying that scene reminded me of Mean Girls.
Got it.
Not the actor. There's so many little Mean Girls-y things to me in this.
And then, all right, so then I have another thing. The band, how much did you like the guy's monologue that he had?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I love that. So it's like, do you know how hard it is to make it as an indie band these days? There's so many of us, and we're all so cute. And it's like, if you don't get on Letterman and some retarded soundtrack, you're screwed, okay? Satan is our only hope. We're working with the beast now. We've got to make a really big impression on him. And to do that, we're going to have to butcher you and bleed you. And then Dirk is going to wear your face. Relax. I'm kidding about the face thing. The rest is going to happen.
Dirk looked horrified.
Yeah.
No, and he said it so sincere isn't the word. I don't mean sincere as in soft and emotional, but he meant it. Yeah. Like, he meant all those things. And it sounded so natural when he said it. He even sounded emotionally, just mentally exhausted by the challenges that he saw for their band.
And he's like, "Do you want to work at the coffee cup for the rest of our lives?" I don't. And
it's such a dry delivery.
He's good, and I think I like him in horror movies. I like him in Scream 4. I like him in Ready or Not.
I love him in Ready or Not. I love him in that scene. He reminds me of Ready or Not.
Oh yeah, Thank You for Smoking. He's more roles. Let's Be Cops. I don't know.
Thank You for Smoking, which was maybe 2 years earlier than this, or the same year, he basically delivered his dialogue with the same exact manner and sense of humor, and I love that Adam Brody-ness.
I will say with his band, I don't know if you ever went there, John, but I worked in a bar called Big Daddy's, just from probably, 03 to 05, then I worked there from 9 and 10, and we had a lot of bands that looked like that band. You know, we had My Chemical Romance before.
Were they cute?
Yeah, just like cute, skinny little guys, you know, like in the same exact outfits that those guys were wearing. But you just had, like, we had, you know, the Ataris. We had all those kind of bands. So seeing the way that they dressed and, like, the crowds and how they kind of had female fans, the way that Jennifer was fawning after them, it felt real. And then I read the director, she used to kind of hang out with bands. She said that she would hang out with the Replacements and Collective Soul. Back in like
Collective Soul.
Oh, Soul Asylum in the 90s.
Both
in the late 80s, yeah. And so she was like, you know, you could kind of see how they treated their female fans. And I'm like, I don't want to, but I saw some of this stuff, like the way that people fawn over these guys and follow them pretty much onto their buses. So watching the scene, I don't know, that felt pretty. I mean, no
authentic.
One got, it felt authentic, and I liked. You know, they weren't even good to these people. They were just kind of shits to them. I mean, they didn't take them to the Devil's Kettle and stab them.
Question about that.
Yeah.
The whole thing was they were supposed to sacrifice a virgin.
Yeah.
And they don't. So she gets the repercussions and then transitions into some sort of demon, succubus, vampire thing. Why doesn't it impact them at all? It was their ritual. Wouldn't you think it would mess with their fame? Like they're slightly less famous?
Less famous than before?
Like they're sort of off pitch, but people still find them catchy?
They're one-hit wonders?
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait. I understand that criticism, but if you were the devil... No, I'm serious. If you were the devil, this is the more logical outcome that we see in the movie. Because the devil still tempted them to murder, but because it wasn't the right sacrifice, the devil now gets to send a corruptor to the world of man.
I mean, I think he would honestly punish both of them because he's the devil. Why not?
Hey, if Jennifer hadn't been killed over the course of, I think it was like 3 months or something by Needy, maybe, with a little time, she would have heard that song, they would have rolled through again, and she'd think, I'm going to pay them a visit. Maybe she would have slaughtered them at the prom if she wasn't busy, getting kind of verbally combated by Needy and distracting herself by going after Needy's now ex-boyfriend. Maybe she would have been at the dance looking for her prey and been like, oh, right, those assholes who killed me.
Those asshats?
Yeah.
Do you think she would have killed them eventually? Or do you think she was too evil by then to even care?
I don't know. I mean, again, she still was Jennifer. She was just evil.
I think she would have made their life. So
I think the further she went, though, she seemed like she was detaching from her life as Jennifer and just going for it. Like, I don't give a shit anymore.
I feel like it's almost like addict behavior. I see what you mean, but she was still there. Like when she was getting angry and pissy during the pool scene with Needy, she was, blinded by maybe her rage or her drive, but it was still her behind there.
Yeah.
Ish. Her-ish.
I think she would have messed with Low Shoulder. I don't think she would have killed them all outright. I think she just would have followed them around and caused mayhem for them.
Oh my God, they sleep with some woman and then she murders the woman while she's in bed with them, so they wake up with a dead body and like the police are there.
Needy just killed him because Needy's gangster.
Needy is gangster.
What's Needy gonna do now? She can't go home.
Kick people's heads off.
Start a prison gang.
Wait, is she going back to prison?
Yeah, why not? She'll take it over.
Yeah.
Teach them all how to defend themselves.
Like
she could be Jane Constantine.
Oh.
Devil touched, but with a good heart.
Just going around killing.
Cynical good heart.
Going around killing bad guys. Like she's like Dexter, right? She just kills bad people.
So I want to back up to the Colin death, by the way, because I was just watching Dr. Sleep finally the other day, and to get the steam or like life essence or whatever from their child victims, Rose the Hat would need them scared and suffering. She didn't just kill them. They had to suffer and be horrified, and she wanted that. She wanted to draw it out, right? And she even talked about the main girl about keeping her like a cow and milking her suffering. And when Jennifer is killing Colin, she said, I need you hopeless. I get that with the suffering, the devil, infernal things, but that's another. Maybe Mike Flanagan loves Jennifer's body.
One thing that I don't think got enough attention in this movie was the cinematography. What do you think about that? Were there any shots that kind of stick out in your mind?
Oh, actually, well, I guess most of the shots that stick in my mind are more by virtue of the editing than the shots themselves, but all like those that. Would you call it cinematography, by the way, Mark? Because I don't know the terminology. When the guy's on the other side of the football field and the camera kind of fast tracks at him, like that shot followed by that awesome woodsy scene followed by her swimming after. That was like a series of very interesting shots. All the shots of the Devil's Kettle waterfall and hole in the ground, they were like something out of an Irish mystical movie like The Hollow. There were a lot of neat shots.
One of the best ones was at the beginning when they showed Jennifer alone in her room just sort of picking at scabs and it's sort of floating through the window. She looks really alone. It's kind of depressing.
Yeah, they did a good job with that. When I'm reading all these reviews, I read about a lot of the reviews, and even I read a lot of the 10 years later pieces, and no one comments about the really neat shots. There's the one scene with Jennifer on the chair when she's next to the dead body looking creepy. You know, when she's on kind of all fours,
Yeah.
crouched up like that.
Really
She's perched like a
creepy.
gargoyle.
Yeah,
almost.
like I thought there were some very memorable shots. And the cinematographer is David Mullen. He had worked on some really cool stuff. He worked on, after this, he worked on Love Witch. And he also worked on Marvelous Miss Maisel. He's done Westworld, The United States of Terra. But yeah, he did a bunch of, so before he did this, he had done a bunch of kind of lower budgeted horror films and everything like that. But you could see that kind of vibe there. And I just don't think this movie gets credit for, I mean, John, we watch a lot of movies, right? And how often do you remember certain shots? How often are shots just the quality of them? Not because someone gets their guts ripped open in frame, but how many shots are there that you think about? Does that make sense?
It's true, and to be honest, they're usually only the most iconic ones, and because they're movies that I've seen now 20, 30 times. Shots from The Thing, Freddy Krueger in the original in the alleyway. But there are only so many, and again, it's because the movie overall was so spectacular that I saw it so many times. So I'm really recollecting the scene, and only now can I put together, oh yeah, there were some great shots in there. But I wasn't remembering them for the sake of the shots. The swimming scene, that was a shot that I'm just like, yeah, the zooming across that football field, it was like, oh, cool, like stylish. I'm almost thinking that in my head, like stylish. And I didn't think that watching Nightmare on Elm Street movies ever, unless I was sitting there to specifically review it, like otherwise it wouldn't be in my head at all. Although The Thing though did have some amazing shots for a 1982 horror movie.
Oh, Carpenter, man.
Of course, by now you guys probably already heard that episode, and if you haven't, you got to go back up to The Thing episode number 250.
Listen to it for the fourth time.
Right.
No, but I just think when she's floating in the pool, like you said, the scene where she's swimming, that scene got a lot of, I liked in the commentary where that scene got a lot of crap. They're like, oh, it's just a gratuitous kind of TNA scene. She's like, no, she has to clean off.
And what's funny though is that you see that in the trailer. Like there's no T and there's no A. There's just girls in low cut jeans and maybe their underwear, but it's not even that lascivious.
Yeah, and they said too in the interviews that threw a lot of people off. They were expecting that kind of movie, and then they went and there wasn't any of that kind of movie. So then they got a ton of notes. Oh, do you want to hear something else cool? The guy who did the production design on this, Arvind der Gruel, he worked on Land of the Dead, which is pretty neat. So he had done a bunch of big movies in Canada. He also did Resident Evil Afterlife, which we did an episode about. No Survival of the Dead, though. I don't want to talk about that movie. That movie's no good. He also did Alias Grace. That's a very good show on Netflix.
Oh, very quietly disturbing.
It's good.
Alias Grace? I don't even know what that is.
It's based on a book from the author who wrote, what's that show on Hulu?
Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Oh.
Margaret Atwood. Yeah.
What did I excuse The Handmaid's Tale for one time?
I don't remember. But I like the way they describe Alias Grace. It's like Southern Canadian Gothic.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's such a random style.
Yeah.
Like fur pelters doing a home invasion on someone in a Quebec castle.
I mean, basically, yeah, you got it.
In 1815.
I like that movie.
I think that's pretty close.
It's like The Revenant. I also like that no one ever thought to kind of blame these murders on a woman, right? Like it was always the man, the ripper, the guy. So everyone just kind of went in the woods with her, even when murders were happening, because no one even considered a woman could do these murders.
Well, Bloody Disgusting talked about this, and what they said that most people ignored about this movie was that appearances are deceiving.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty true throughout the movie. Needy isn't who she appears to be. Jennifer isn't who she appears to be. The band isn't who they appeared. The movie wasn't what it appeared to be.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it really wasn't what it appeared to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. And then also, I don't know what you guys thought about one of the final lines where she stabs her and she's like, oh, my tit. No, your heart.
Right.
It's pretty, I was listening to, they were at a convention. It was Karen Kusama and Megan Fox, and people love that scene. Because Megan Fox is, I guess she's thinking like the audience. And then Amanda Seyfried's like, no, your heart. I stabbed your heart. I thought that was a pretty interesting line. And I also liked how they were on the bed flipping around. That was a pretty interesting shot that they had going on there.
But I will say that was just about the only effect I didn't care for.
Really? Did it feel unnecessary, or what got you?
No, it was the least credibly executed for me. They hovered up to a precise height, and then they were just kind of corkscrewing around like they were on a harness, and I don't know. It just that it's not like the scene didn't work for me. That effect within the scene just wasn't doing it. But of course, it's really the exchange between the characters that's making the scene work for me and what's happening. But I didn't like the way it wasn't visually appealing to me.
Is hovering flying?
Not if I want to put you down, Mark.
Well,
Not if I want to put you down.
No, planes don't hover; they fly.
So then, what was she doing?
She flew to a hovering altitude and then hovered.
So
she had to get there.
So she can fly.
Yeah, I suppose that superheroes like Superman have taught us that you can fly and hover.
Yeah.
If you control yourself.
So what does she do?
Both.
She can fly?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like to hover, you almost need to be able to fly.
Yeah.
Because you have to get to the hovering height.
Because you have to get off the ground, right?
I mean, Mark, no one's going to jump and then suddenly hover, and then when they stop hovering, they fall to the ground. Like, it wouldn't make sense.
I think you should go find a rocket pack and a hoverboard and figure this out for us in a data post.
I'd be dead. That wouldn't happen.
Too many trees in the backyard.
Yeah, too many trees. I mean,
I guess we all know that the reality though of the jetpack is that you just melt off your legs.
Yeah, I'm not rocketeering, which is another episode in here. So, do hoverboards not fly?
No.
No.
They just hover.
Yes.
Well, they don't even really
They probably hover with...
I'm talking Back to the Future.
Oh, okay. Real hoverboards, not just things that are marketed as hoverboards. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. Why am I having so much trouble with this?
It's what you do. It's what makes your movie analysis great.
So, but while we're at it though, okay, so I would concede that we saw her fly to 10 feet up and then hover, right? But if she could fly, she would have been flying for a lot more of these raids, if you will, the assault here. She could have just picked up Chip and maybe, I don't know what her weight allowance is, but flown off with them. I don't know. Like, I feel like flying would have been, of course, if you have the ability to fly, you normally don't take into account movie budgets, and we only have enough money for you to fly for 10 seconds in this one scene. But, I don't know what it is, or, like...
Well, and how do you define flying? Is simply going up? Is that really flying, or is that just, like, how you get to your state of hover?
That's kind of a party trick.
Is flying more the movement of going around and back and forth?
What if this was like the first 20 minutes of the original Superman, or like most of the movie Brightburn, where as she occupies this now demon-infected body longer, like you said, she was getting more and more, we were losing her more and more. Maybe she was slowly gaining more powers, and it was just in the rage that she flew almost involuntarily, but she hadn't yet harnessed the power.
So what you're saying is we need to revisit this world with Amanda Seyfried about 20 years down the line to see what her powers have developed into.
Because she could hover, too.
I'd watch that.
That could be fun.
But she had to take Lance Henriksen. Lance Henriksen had to drive her to the concert.
Well, no, just because you can fly, it doesn't mean that you can fly fast.
That'd be a terrible power. True. You can fly, but 1 mile an hour.
Or what if your flight was like a mental power, almost like Xavier and telekinesis, if you will, or like Jean Grey, and maybe that power is mentally exhausting. Maybe you get a headache or a nosebleed when you do it long enough, like Eleven did when she was, controlling the creatures in Stranger Things for longer times or trying to close the gate. Like maybe it's exhausting. You can only do it in short bouts.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like a muscle and you have to build up, endurance.
Like the tuning gland in the Beyond with Jeffrey Combs.
So was Needy being a player hater when she said that she could only hover?
A little bit. That you pretty much just threw in a snide thing for the sake of it there, I think.
She's not kind of calling her, like, is she trying to make Chip feel better?
It almost seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure.
No, I think she just wants to make Jennifer feel like shit.
Well, they're both slinging some really mean insults there.
Oh, yeah, and then she tells her that she had to use laxatives to keep her weight down a few years ago. Or she didn't have to use laxatives to keep her weight down.
A couple years ago, and she's not relevant anymore, and
that's a burn.
It's all pretty mean.
Then she got stabbed in the chest and asked for a tampon, right? Didn't she?
Yeah.
Chip killed her
right through the stomach, and she said, like, "Sorry, I just figured you were plugging."
Yeah.
Just some of the lines.
And then well, Chip, and then I couldn't believe I still can't believe Chip died. I mean, I guess you had to get rid of him, but I thought, in movies like this, Chip lives.
I mean, is it the kind of movie that deserves a happy ending, though?
I guess not. I mean, does it have it kind of has a happy ending, right? Because they all get wiped out.
It had a satisfying ending. Let's put it that way, right?
I like the photos.
There was good vengeance there. Yeah, that montage.
Yeah, that was good.
I like how they show Low Shoulder at the very end over the credits.
Yeah, they just get wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
They were hitting it big, too. I don't feel bad for them. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But I don't know, any other final thoughts about this movie, John? Any other things you want to get out there? Anything else on your mind?
Gosh, again, I'm just going to remind, like, every time I saw it, it felt less and less sexist, misogynistic, and then it started to feel more and more instead thoughtful and clever and tactful. This is one of those movies where multiple viewings, I don't know, allow it to reveal itself better to you, because there's so many more layers than you'd ever realize when you just, one-off it on a Friday night for a popcorn flick. It's worth revisiting. And if you're like, I saw it, it wasn't a big deal when I saw it, it's like, yeah, give it another shot now that you've listened. I'm serious. I think it's a really great for its time film, and it still feels relevant to me now.
Yeah, I super enjoy it. I do like the scene, too. I don't know if you remember this, but when they're kind of pushing each other in the beginning and Megan Fox pushes her extra hard into the wall.
Yeah, that was like, it wasn't frenemy level, but it was interesting.
It's good character building. Like, that movie's full of these little moments, and I don't think people fully appreciated that much. Megan, I have a question before your final thoughts. Did your library have an occult section?
I never really went there.
You never went in the library or in the occult section?
Played the fifth.
John, did our libraries have occult sections?
I wasn't much for the library. I was more like the smoking across the street while attending concerts of the Low Shoulder dudes.
Through the trees.
We had the internet by then, so libraries were
Gotcha.
not as popular.
What are your final thoughts about this, Meg?
So I wanted to mention that this was on the New York Times list in 2018 of great horror movies directed by women.
Ooh.
Up there with American Psycho, The Babadook, Raw, The Love Witch. So I think that's some pretty good company. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of The Love Witch.
Wait. Hold on. Pump the brakes. Put it in reverse. American Psycho was directed by a woman?
Yeah, Mary Herron.
Wow,
yeah.
I didn't know that. I've seen that movie like 20 times. I never knew that.
Ravenous was directed. That's another one of our episodes that you can listen to.
Yeah, Babadook, Jennifer Kent, Raw, Julia Ducournau, Love Witch, Anna Biller, and Jennifer's Body were on their list.
A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night.
I don't even want to call that a horror movie, but I wouldn't want to disqualify it as a horror movie.
Yeah, it's just in every single list as a horror movie, so I just kind of throw it in there.
That's one of those, like, if we're saying Jennifer's Body is a little genre bending, that is a whole new level of genre bending, though. That Girl Walks Home.
What was that movie last year that I kept saying? Oh, The Lighthouse, not a horror movie.
Yeah, everyone just pegged it in there. It's a comedy.
It is.
So many
very, very
fart and
funny.
poop gags.
I'd call it more horror than A Girl Walks Home at Night.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah. It's not as laid back.
A man touches another man's semen. That's horrifying.
Interesting.
It's true. That's a horrifying thing to me.
What about I already forgot. I had a good one.
that cleared your mind. Right,
so when
there.
she says, "I'm gonna eat your soul and shit it out," is she literally gonna eat her soul or figuratively?
I think literally.
I think she's going to eat it. I think that she's, here to claim souls.
I mean, I think she's part demon. That's what she does. She eats souls.
It's like a cookie.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the wanting her victim hopeless. It's kind of like the steam in Dr. Sleep.
I have to agree with that, and I think it also has to do, it's not just the body that sustains her, it's the soul that rejuvenates her. She's effectively dead.
How big is a soul?
Doesn't matter.
Is it a steam essence, or is it like a burrito?
It's a gas. It's a gaseous ball the size of a ping pong ball.
That makes sense to me. I like it. She just kind of goes. Like, pulls it out, eats it. Is it like a?
It's like one of those coins at an arcade.
No, what about the lint
pop it
truffles? But like amorphous and blob-like and crystally.
It's like a wafer. You just put it on your tongue and it dissolves.
A wafer thin mint. But then you would explode.
Well, she only has like
but
one
she's
way a month.
supernatural.
How many souls could Jennifer sew if Jennifer's souls got old?
Hey, you woodchuck, stop talking about wood.
All right, so this was fun. John, thank you for coming on here. Megan, thank you for coming on here. I've been wanting to talk about this movie for years, so I'm glad we finally did it. This was fun. And
Great.
All right, cool.
Gator puke.
Gator Puke Productions. John, we gonna make that movie?
Done. Associate producer. No, producers.
Oh yeah, we're
Producer, director, stars, writers.
We're no longer associate producers, John. We're full blown
Studio owners.
Executive producer.
We should do an episode where we talk about this movie, Gator Puke. Just make it up. We'll see.
I want to watch Lake Placid 2 instead.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Megan Hoffmeyer, for John Levengood, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.